He is the only Dutchman ever to receive a double life sentence. A family doctor who his own wife and even in prison, he did not stop. John Opdam was a general practitioner with a perfect life. He had a practice, a house, a wife named Arnolda. And when Arnolda decided to go on vacation alone, something happened that changed everything. John began to fall in love with his maid Nellie. And when Arnolda came home from vacation, she found out right away. She was angry, but divorce was not an option. She was strictly Catholic, and let's say, back then, it was not so easy to get a divorce. So Nellie was fired, and that should have been the solution. But John couldn't let go of Nellie and continued to see her in secret. Slowly but surely, Arnolda's condition suddenly worsened. She felt sick, and even so sick that one day she suddenly... John was, of course, a doctor, so he could examine how and what. And he said, yes, I see it. She has a brain tumor. But a colleague who examined her body did not believe him. A second colleague was brought in to double check, and it turned out she was poisoned. John was arrested, and during the trial, he said that his own mother-in-law had done this. Well, of course, no one believed him, and the judge immediately sentenced him to life imprisonment. This caused quite a commotion, and many people came to watch. In prison, John met another inmate, Arnolda, and Audrey was imprisoned because he, just like John, had done something to his wife. They became friends and came up with a bizarre plan together. They wrote notes in which they confessed each other's crimes. Why? Well, if one of them ever, then that note could ensure that the other would be released. That created doubt among the public and possibly even the judge. And then something happened that no one saw coming. A while later, Audrey caused poisoning, exactly the same as what had happened to Arnolda earlier. But instead of John getting his freedom back, something else happened. He was charged again, this time for what happened with Audrey. And again, he received a life sentence. 2 life sentences. John Opdam thus became the only Dutch person ever to receive such a severe punishment twice. Years later, John was finally granted a pardon, but on one condition. He may never work as a doctor again. His last years, he lived in silence, without a practice, without pew. Bleak. And now I am curious. What do you think? Was John Opdam a cunning killer or someone who accidentally got deeper and deeper into trouble?